No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Green 18. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Wide, get wide. Get right, you draw Porter.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well. Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from the 20. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
42 the mic, 42 the mic. Check down. 11. He's coming. Double up.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it second down.
Here we go. Titans Ringo. Titans on the
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 77 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Letting one go deep for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. James now to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On first down, here's Breida. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Off the draw, here's Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he finds Jimmy Graham. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard there to make the grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go, boys. Bring Here we go. Like 20.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Stay hot.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
It's run, it's run.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You better be afraid of me.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Check down to Breida. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, it's Coleman. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watch the curve, watch the curve.
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
I got you. 65. Go ahead.
Nice 42.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Gold to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Next to score, Niners 17, Packers 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, 77 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Garoppolo now. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Minus 42.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. To throw is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, You want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A 14-yard pickup, but it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now at Lambeau. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Open man is Samuel, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a first down carry by Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Matchbox lights.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner.